Are you overworked, stressed out, and tired of working long hours? Are you tired of not having enough time to go out with your friends, go shopping, or just have a self-spa day? Well, if you are, then join us at Soft Academy, where we teach you to be cutesy, delicate, feminine, but most of all, soft. We'll even tell you what's the best shade of pink for you. Smile for the camera. For just $9.99, and that's a discount, you can be soft too. Hi, my name is Tammy and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss what is known as the soft girl era. What does it mean to be a soft girl and how do you qualify? Let's talk about it. So what is a soft girl? Well, a soft girl or softie describes a youth subculture that emerged among teenagers around mid to late 2019. Soft girl is a fashion style popular among some young women on social media, based on a deliberately cutesy feminine look with a girly girl attitude. Now, in addition, the term soft life and the hashtag softlife gained popularity in 2020 in relation to a trend in which many people began to advocate for a stress-free life of leisure and rejection of the struggle of having to work a stressful job. The trend especially gained popularity among young Black women. So how did we get here? How did we go from independent woman, entrepreneurial, I got it, I can cook, clean, go to school, I don't need a man, I don't need anyone to do anything for me, I'm independent, I'm self-sufficient, to I want the stress-free lifestyle, I want the life of leisure, peace, calm, I want to romanticize my life. So why is this soft girl, soft life thing trending? What is happening or what has happened to make women crave being soft again or going back to a life of being stress-free and a life of leisure? Well, I think a lot has happened because if you look at it, there was a moment in time where the woman was expected, the modern day woman was expected to do everything. Cook, clean, take care of her work, take care of her household. If she's married, take care of her husband, take care of the children. She was expected to be Superwoman. Now, not every woman wanted to be Superwoman, but some women had to. Some women were not married or were single mothers. Some women had to step up to the plate. And I do think it's fascinating and I do think that it is admirable for any woman that can handle such a large amount of responsibility. But I also think it leads to being burnt out and constantly being in survivor mode and just always having too much on your plate. So just visualize with me for a second. Let's think about the woman of today. The woman that works a 9 to 5, and we'll say that she's single, she does not have kids. We won't even add the layer of being married and having children. We're gonna say a single woman working a 9 to 5. Like, what's her day in her life? So just imagine she gets up to go to work. Now, if she drives to work and she has a 9 to 5, if she has those hours, she probably gets up around 6 so she can be out of the house around 7, maybe an hour, hour and a half in traffic, depending on where you live. If you live in a big city like Atlanta, LA, you're probably gonna have a lot of traffic. So she drives to work, she works, she comes back home another hour or so in traffic. Maybe it's around 6, 7 o'clock. She has to cook dinner. She has to take a moment to groom herself, take a bath. She has to eat. She has to maybe call a loved one. If she's dating, maybe she calls the person that she's involved with. She has to do so many things once she gets off work that before she knows it, it's time to get up and do it all over again in the morning. And people may say, well, you have the weekends to recuperate. No, you don't, because you usually do the things on the weekend that you were not able to do on the weekday. So just imagine that cycle. Now, like I stated, in my scenario, I am depicting the single woman that doesn't have children or a husband. But what if I added the layer of children? So she's already getting up early to go to work. She would have to get up even earlier to get the children up first and get them ready for school, and then get herself ready for work. And then after work, she would have to see to the children getting fed, see to their homework, doing whatever she needs to do to get herself ready for the next day, and then getting the children ready for the next day. Now, let's add another layer. Say that she's a mother and a fitness person. So she would probably have to get up even earlier to work out, get the children ready, then see to getting herself to work, then coming back, cooking for the children, maintaining whatever she needs to maintenance, maybe cooking a lot of food, meal prepping. This is just one scenario. Now, there are many scenarios where we can add many more layers, but the point was just to show you how complicated it can be to be a woman and trying to do all of these things and having a plate that is just too full. So back to my point, why is this happening? Why is this soft girl, soft life trend happening? We're tired. We're tired. It's just not enough time in the day. It's not enough time in the day to get all the things that you want to get done, or all the things that you need to get done. You end up going in a circle and just burning yourself out. And then the other thing is you don't want to compromise anything. But some can say, and some have just say, you know what, I'll take care of the children, I'll take care of the job, I'll just forget about the eating healthy and the working out part. But then again, we live in a society where we're pressured, or you just want to be beautiful. You want to preserve your looks. You want to preserve your youth. So a lot of women, as you see, are going to plastic surgery and getting the BBLs. People are putting time and money into more so plastic surgery than they are putting the time and money into going to the gym and eating healthy. So the question is, am I for this soft life, soft girl thing? Yeah, I am. I'm in support of it under certain circumstances. But yes, I like it, and I'll tell you why. So when I was in high school, I was the kind of person that did the template. You go to school, you keep your head in the books, you stay focused, you go to a good college, you major in the things that you're passionate about, and that was supposed to lead you to a successful life. Was that not the template? Is that not the template that America sold? You were supposed to have some kind of leg up. Well, as we know, college does not always prepare you for the after college life. It does not always prepare you for how to start a business, how to get business contacts, how to network. For some it does, for some, depending on what you major in, where you go to school, what your focus is, it does not prepare you for that. So me being a smart girl, but still very naive, was thinking, okay, I'm going to graduate and I'm going to go out here and I'm going to be successful and it's just going to come to me. I did all the right things. It did not go like that. It went nothing like that. So as some of you know, if you follow my social media, I am an actress and I did go to school for television and film. So when I got out of college, I'm, like I said, naive, thinking that jobs are going to come to me. So as we know, a lot of people don't have jobs in what they majored in when they were in college. I know that now. I get that now. But me being younger and more naive in my after college life, I had bills, I had responsibilities. And unless you come from generational wealth, or you have some kind of support system or a husband or someone that is supporting you and taking care of you, you have to be very self-sufficient and very self-reliant. So that is what I became. So I began working in corporate America, had a very demanding job, very demanding, that even when I was off work, I was still working just to keep up, just to catch up. It was just that demanding. And I was still going to acting class after I got off from work. I would literally finish work, grab a bag of chips or anything that I could find that was small that I could eat while I was driving, do about 3 hours of acting class, get home around maybe 11, sometimes 12 o'clock. I only really had time to eat something if I wanted to, again, take a bath, go to sleep, and then get up and do it all over again. And sometimes I would have auditions. I would literally, on my lunch break, studying my script, studying my sides, so I can somewhere fit in taping the audition or driving to the audition. It was very demanding. So am I for the soft life? Yeah, because I have worked very hard. And as a woman, I don't think that there is anything wrong with wanting to feel soft and feminine and stress-free. Who doesn't want to feel stress-free? Who doesn't want a life of leisure? Even if you have a job that you love, there are still going to be times where you want to just relax. For me, like I said, I want the soft girl, soft life under certain circumstances. For me, what equates to a soft life, soft girl lifestyle is me doing what I love to do. For me, if I'm happy doing what I love to do, I am fulfilled, I am passionate, and I think I am better served in the area where I am the most gifted or the most talented. I think if we all could do what we love to do or what we did the best, this would be a better world. But the stress and the anxiety comes from we're all doing things that we're not fulfilled in, that doesn't bring us joy. And it does lead to stress. It does lead to anxiety. And we do have to factor things in like physical health, mental health. And a lot of times we're so overworked and so stressed out that we don't even recognize ourselves. I remember when I started in corporate America, my schedule was jammed packed, and I remember just working. So afraid to drop the ball, so afraid to go to work and be incompetent, so afraid to lose my income. I only had myself to depend on. And I remember like just walking past the mirror. I didn't even recognize myself. I was gone. I was dehydrated a lot. I wasn't going to the doctor. I wasn't doing any kind of self-care, not to the level that I should have been doing it. I was pretty much letting myself go. And I think a lot of times as women, we do that. We just let ourselves go because we're chasing the bag, and there's hustle culture where we can't sleep, we got to keep grinding. We do all of this crazy stuff. It doesn't make sense to run yourself into the ground. You only have one body, and if you don't take care of it, you're going to be in poor health. Your body's going to be in a poor condition. So I had to put myself in check, like, Tammy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, get back to you, take care of yourself. Now, growing up, I was a tomboy, and I was very awkward, and I really didn't know how to be feminine. I was very shy, and my sister was more of the girly girl. I was more of the athlete, the intellectual. I put a lot of stock in, reading what I was feeding my brain. It wasn't a vanity thing, or I used to hide my body. I was very skinny at one point. I was always afraid of getting body shamed, and I got body shamed for being so small, but I was always even when I was very small, still very curvy. But like I said, I didn't really know what to do with femininity. It was not until maybe my second to last year of college, that's when I started embracing my femininity. And I remember I put on an outfit that I would have never worn. I remember putting on that outfit and getting so many compliments, and people were asking me like, why were you hiding your body? Why didn't you show all of this? Once I embraced my femininity, it was no turning back. So to see this movement of people being a soft girl and wanting the soft life, I've kind of always been like that. I've kind of always worked hard, but I've always kind of recognized and supported taking time off to enjoy life. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be stress-free and enjoying life. I'm at the point now where I'm used to taking time off. I take time off. And a lot of my friends work very hard, but I want to be able to call my friends and say, hey, let's go have brunch, and drink orange juice out of a champagne glass. I want to go shopping. I want to have a day where I do nothing and just admire the world. I want to have a day where I focus on self-care and go to the spa and go and get with my friends, and we do this and we do that. Why not? And like I said, I'm with the soft life, soft girl thing under certain circumstances. Now, I don't think being a soft girl or having a soft life is a given, unless, like I said, you were born into some kind of generational wealth or you have someone supporting you. If not, I do think you have to work to get to that point where you can have that leisure life or that leisure time. I'm not going to fake it for social media. Smile for the camera. Either you have it or you don't. I'm not going to pretend to have a life that I don't. That's one thing that I will not do. And I'm not going to go out and buy all these expensive things or buy things to support the leisure life or the soft girl life to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not trying to keep up with anyone. I want that kind of lifestyle if it's organic and, like I said, opportunities, or I've worked enough to get to that point. Now, do we want to get to that point quicker than later? Earlier than later? Of course, we do want to get there earlier than later. So I'm all for working smarter, not harder. I used to be all hard work. Now I get it. We need time to live our life. We need time to rest. We need time to think. And I used to think, and I still think, that some of these corporate jobs, they want to work you and overwork you to the point where you don't even have time to think. Because they know that if you had time to think and get clarity, you would think yourself into a better situation. And they don't want that because they want you to be there to work for them. Now, once I embraced my femininity, there's no going back. Once I learned the power of femininity, it was a wrap. There's no going back for me. Because once I got comfortable in my own skin and I grew into myself, I realized I like feeling like a woman. I like being feminine. I enjoy it. It works for me. And if you watch this channel or any of my other social media platforms, you know that I love vintage. And I love the old classic Hollywood era, the Marilyn Monroes, the Dorothy Dandridges. I love how in the 50s women embraced their curves and they embraced their bodies. That's my favorite era. As long as you are doing what you need to do to be able to have a life of leisure, a life of soft, a life of stress-free, then I'm all for the movement. I also think, to add to everything else that I've discussed in this video, I also think there are a lot of women that didn't or don't think they deserve to have a life of leisure or a soft life. There are a lot of women that feel that they have to work hard because they don't have certain advantages or certain privileges, or they don't have a husband, or they don't have a partner or someone that can help them or aid them. A lot of women for so long have worked so hard because they felt they had to, and there's no one there to help them. And so to see women embrace a movement of saying, hey, I deserve or I want to feel less stressed. I want to not be overworked. I want to enjoy life. I want to go have brunch and some mimosas. And I'm also the girl that when I was younger, I used to love what was called the Valley High girls. The girls that when they were younger, mommy and daddy took care of everything. They shopped. They lived in the big houses on the hills. It wasn't the money that I was so enamored with or so fixated on. It was they didn't seem stressed. I think we live in a society now where we don't know how to relax. We don't know how to rest. We don't know how to take it easy. Now, in conclusion, if you want the soft life, soft girl lifestyle and you don't have it, you don't have to have it full out just yet. You can just have soft girl or soft life energy. You can just have soft girl or soft life moments. I just say make sure that it's organic and that you're doing what feels natural and comfortable. There's nothing wrong with having ambition. Ambition is attractive, ambition is needed, and I'll never not want to have ambition or be ambitious. But one thing I will never do is work myself out of myself to where I don't even recognize myself, to where I'm in poor health. I will always take a moment to check in with myself and say, hey, how are you? And what do you need from me? I think that that is very important. And I think going forward with movements like the soft girl, soft life, I think it's just a reminder to just check in with yourself and say, hey, as hard as you've worked and as much as you've done, take some time out for you. Take some time out to rest. Take some time out to enjoy life. So that's all we have for today. If you enjoyed this video and you found value, please like, share, and subscribe. And please leave your thoughts and comments in the comments section. And until next time.